Welcome to the Argus IQ Daily Threat Brief for July 27th, 2026. Today, attackers are converging opportunistic exploitation, mass data theft, supply chain compromise, and AI enabled operations. Internet facing enterprise systems remain prime targets while legacy flaws continue to matter beside newly disclosed vulnerabilities. We will cover active incidents, strategic priorities, social threat signals, and urgent remediation guidance for exposed software and infrastructure. Now let's turn to today's threat landscape. Iris, walk us through what you're seeing.
Healthcare disruption is again in focus after suspected malware at ANMED caused broad phone and internet outages, outpatient and imaging closures, emergency procedures, and patient transfer diversions. Ransomware, exfiltration, and attribution remain unconfirmed, but the operational impact demands a full incident response. In finance, industrialized phishing compromised a Hatena finance manager's remote session and enabled fraudulent transfers totaling approximately 1.18 billion Japanese yen. Socially engineered MFA bypass and weak payment verification were decisive. Public cloud share links were indexed and archived, exposing about 410 conversations and 3,405 messages containing possible personal data, code, credentials, and regulated information. Line Yahoo deleted legally required third party records covering December 15, 2022 through June 9, 2026, creating disclosure and regulatory risk. A NATO SHAPE intern faces an espionage investigation involving possible access to sensitive personnel, security, and operational information. Meanwhile, internet facing ESAENT CDG systems are being probed for default credentials and SQL injection or cross site scripting paths.
Solid breakdown, Iris. Lux, let's zoom out. What's the strategic picture?
The central strategic lesson is that exposure is a continuously changing business risk, not a one time inventory exercise. Maintain one authoritative view of external assets, ownership, software versions, access paths, and compensating controls. Rank remediation by exploitability, exposure, privilege, data access, and observed attacker activity rather than age or severity score alone. AI will compress attack timelines, so automate triage, behavioral detection, and containment while keeping human approval for high impact actions. Expand supply chain governance to plugins, package registries, build systems, AI models, datasets, agents, and hosted development platforms. For politically exposed organizations, pre-stage DDoS capacity, redundant communications, surge response teams, and executive crisis coordination. Use event monitoring to connect public attention with impersonation. Malicious applications, domain registrations, and influence activity.
Thanks, Lux. Helix, what are the social telemetry and trends telling us?
Global sports and entertainment events are concentrating public attention across regions, creating an efficient delivery channel for fake streams, ticket scams, malicious mobile applications, and impersonation. Expect attackers to pair event keywords with newly registered domains, sponsored looking posts, and urgent payment requests. Political conflict is also accelerating decentralized hacktivist mobilization where DDoS, propaganda, and opportunistic intrusion can appear in the same campaign. Security teams should correlate social amplification, where domain activity, application listings, and network anomalies, then prepare user warnings and external monitoring before major events peak.
Got it, Helix. Ursa, time for the vulnerability deep dive. What should teams be patching?
Prioritize CVE 202657990 in Chromium based Microsoft Edge. The high severity flaw can expose local files or directories to unauthorized network attackers, and no fix is currently listed. Restrict vulnerable browser use for sensitive workflows. Apply enterprise application controls. Limit access to sensitive local paths where feasible, and monitor vendor advisories. Upgrade data model code generator to version 0.70 or later to address CVE 202663720. Then review developer and CI pipelines for suspicious generated code. Fluent Form's Pro add on pack must be updated beyond version 6.2.6 to address authenticated subscriber level PHP object injection in CVE 20261592. Remove it if unnecessary and audit WordPress accounts and web activity. Update NoteGen to version 0.32 or later for CVE 2026174797. Its web view issue can invoke Tauri shell capabilities for host command execution. And a public proof of concept increases urgency. Remove unnecessary shell permissions and hunt for child process launches, script execution, and unusual outbound connections.
Sharp as always, Ursa. Let's close out. Take two actions today. First, identify every internet facing system with privileged access or sensitive data and verify that its owner, exposure, and mitigation are documented. Second, exercise response procedures for ransomware, financial fraud, and data exposure before an incident forces them into production. Keep evidence preserved, approvals independent, and high impact automated actions under human control. This is Argus IQ signing off.